Melbournians are preparing for one of the biggest days of the Australian sporting calendar with the Boxing Day Test set to get underway at the MCG later this morning. Drew Jones is on the ground for us. Drew, is there a buzz around the stadium yet?
Well, there always is, no doubt about that, on Boxing Day morning. Such a great occasion in Australian sport, and certainly for locals here as well. But it is a bit different to what it would normally be. You can see behind me there are some people sort of circulating around Gate 2. This is the members area. But normally, in years gone past, before there were COVID restrictions, you would have to line up as early as possible for when the gates opened to claim your seat in the MCC, and then they would go off to De Graves Lane or cafes around Richmond to go and get some breakfast and wait for the start of play. Now, that's all changed now because you have to have an allocated seat. So there is no big, long line that sort of snakes all the way up Yarra Park as there normally would be for the Boxing Day Test this first morning. Normally, you'd see 90, 100,000 people potentially in the house for an Ashes Test. It will be a little bit different this time around because there is still, you get that sense of anxiety around this Omicron variant. There's lots of cases in Melbourne at the moment, as we know. Around the holiday period, people don't want to end up at a super spreader event. So it won't be as packed as it normally would be, but certainly no crowd caps this time around. It is great to have Melbournians able to come to a big sporting event and get together and celebrate what is always a great occasion on Boxing Day. As far as the cricket goes, looking forward to seeing Scott Boland make his debut for Australia. So he'll be the 463rd male Test cricketer, so he'll get his fresh new baggy green presented to him this morning. And it's a great story, really. 32 years of age, probably thought his opportunity at Test cricket had passed him by. He played for Australia in white ball cricket last back in 2016. He's got Aboriginal Indigenous heritage from out near Colac, so he's got an adopted grandfather who is from out that way. That's where his tribe is from. He only found that out sort of 5 or 6 years ago and has done a lot of work with the Australian Indigenous liaison and with his family to find out more about his heritage. But only the second male Indigenous Test player in Australian cricket history after Jason Gillespie, I beg your pardon. So, yeah, a cultural bit of significance for Boland making his debut, and also a lot of hard work from the 32-year-old to get his opportunity at Test cricket. Looking forward to seeing how Marcus Harris goes, as we know, under a little bit of pressure for his spot in the Australian team at the moment. Only 38 runs for the series so far, but he has been backed in by coach Justin Langer. He'll be hoping for a big score during the Boxing Day Test at some stage. England, on the other hand, 4 changes. They have swung the axe, including Stuart Broad, such a veteran of Ashes cricket, the bowler. So we're looking forward to seeing how England can go, if they can bounce back 2-0 down in the series. Australia looking for, well, certainly a victory to retain the Ashes, and then maybe the 4th Ashes whitewash in history if they can make it 5-0. So a big day ahead at the Boxing Day Test, that's for sure.
A big day ahead indeed. Drew Jones, live for us at the MCG. We'll check in with you again soon. Thank you.